folks. Is your seat on fire?
My seat's on fire.
My seat's on fire.
Why are they on fire?
Because hot button.
Hot button time.
Hot button.
What's going on?
What is going on?
All right, listen, shut up. Change of plans. I'm the executive producer of this. I'm springing this on him. He doesn't have any idea what's going on. This is time for the toss-up. All right, here's what's going on. Brandon Jacobs is leaving the Giants. He needs to get off it. Rob Gronkowski wasn't forced to apologize to anyone, so he can get off it, and Robert Kraft and the media can all get off it. Deshaun Jackson is talking smack on Rex Ryan. He's saying that Rex Ryan said that the dream team was all hype, and Deshaun Jackson fired back. Guess what? You're all hype. Can't win any damn games. Get off it, Deshaun Jackson. Michael Wilbon is running his mouth again about the Bears picking up T.O. My God, I'm so sick of hearing about the Bears picking up a big-time receiver. Mike Wilbon, get off it. The next one we got Merrill Hodge. He hates on Tim Tebow every 5 seconds. He needs to get off it too. Now, time for the toss-up. Get that card out of here. Here is a toss-up question.
I'm so lost.
Here is the toss-up question. T.O. just held a workout. He looks like an animal.
We canceled everything for T.O.
He looks like an animal. He's jacked. He's fit. He looks 100 times better than a 38-year-old Jerry Rice. So now, the toss-up question for you is...
Somebody picks him up.
No. I'm going to give you 4 teams. You're going to tell me which team he is most likely to go to. We got the Bears.
The Bears.
We got the Raiders.
The Raiders.
We got the 49ers. And we got Denver. Now, the Bears have Jay Cutler. All right?
All right.
Jay Cutler he's an asshole. T.O. will come up to him and be like, hey, throw me the ball. And Jay Cutler will be like, get out of my face. I hate you. I don't ever want to look at you again. He don't care what T.O.'s feelings are doing.
He don't?
Now, the Bears' leading receiver is Devin Hester with 21 catches for 308 yards, 1 touchdown. That's going to be a theme that stays common through all these guys. Now, the Raiders. Carson Palmer played with T.O. They got that little bit of chemistry. They know how each other kind of is. T.O. wants to win. The Raiders are trying to put a winner together. You can probably get him for not a whole lot. I mean, and if you threw all your chips on the table for Carson Palmer to win right now, T.O.'s a guy to win right now. Your leading receiver is DHB, Darius Hayward-Bay. He's got 27 catches, 434 yards, 1 touchdown. And then we got maybe going back home to the 49ers, where it all started, where the T.O. show blossomed into what it is today.
Where Terrell turned into Terrell.
Yes. Where Terrell started. Now he's Terrell. Now he's Terrell Owens. He was Terrell in 49er land, and it was great.
Like where Daryl turned into Darrell.
Right. So... Now, he's been to the 49ers before. I don't know how the fans would take him, but...
Sharpies. They would give him Sharpies.
You know, Alex Smith, it probably wouldn't hurt his feeling. I mean, I know Alex Smith, I mean, we probably should just be happy that he's doing what he's doing now, maybe not trying to complicate it.
What? But if the oceans are calm, keep them calm.
Right.
Don't be like, hey... Fat kid, jump in the pool and ruin the pool.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want that.
Yeah, right. And then he'll pee in it too while he's in there. You know, it's not gonna work.
Don't go to water parks.
But I mean, I'd like to see him go back there, and I'd like to see Alex Smith have a little more talent. You know, and he could retire there. That's where you started. Everyone likes to retire where they started. In all honesty, the 49ers are probably gonna sign him to one of those one-day deal things where he can retire as a 49er. You know, but Morgan is their leading receiver. 15 catches, 220 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, he's their #1 receiver. Vernon Davis is leading them in everything. Vernon Davis has 4 touchdowns.
Vernon Davis is an animal. As I said, I probably consider him the top red zone in the NFL.
But you got no wideouts. So
Michael Crabtree failed.
And then in Denver, I mean, you got Tim Tebow. How can you hate Tim Tebow? He's such a likable guy.
He's a lovable guy.
Either T.O. would come into Denver and make Tebow the most evil, hated person in the world, or Tim Tebow would make Terrell Owens
a nice guy.
You know, that would be awesome. It would, and
them just riding tandem bikes together and let me tell you about my best friend.
Exactly, and they traded Brandon Lloyd away. Now their top receiver is Decker. He's got 24 catches, 287 yards. He is the only leading receiver with multiple touchdown catches on these teams I've listed. He's got 4. So, toss up. Which of these 4 teams is T.O. most likely to go to?
First off, I thought they had good chemistry in Cincinnati. I really liked him with Carson Palmer. But Carson Palmer's already come out and said, look, T.O., I like you. We did good. But if you come here, one of the young guys has to lose their spot. He don't want that.
Right.
He wants the young guys so that way he can teach them. They can learn from him. Mm-hmm. They can learn from me. They got the speed because Al Davis gave him that. Anybody can learn hands at some point. I mean, Hayward Bay has improved in hands. Don't give me that. He's improved in hands. I think that right now Oakland is set. They got a young core with Hayward Bay and Murphy and Schillens. They're fine. And Kevin Boss.
Right.
There we go. Denver, they want to lose. Now that Tim Tebow refused to lose toward 2011-2012 is going on, and he don't want to lose, so I think Tim Tebow wouldn't mind having Terrell Owens. I think he would kind of enjoy it. Tim Tebow enjoys life. He enjoys everything.
I think if they break Tebow in, that might just fuel my conspiracy theory farther, that they want Tebow to fail. They're going to bring him the most hothead, demanding receiver the NFL has to offer, and not only ruin his career, but ruin him as a person, too.
But here's the thing. What's wrong with bringing a demanding receiver when you have a receiving core with no demanding receivers or talent?
Right.
I'm going to take back the talent part. There's talent there, but it's not
underdeveloped.
It's
talent.
not T.O. talent, is it?
Right.
No, it's not. Now, 49ers, I stated not too long ago, you're sitting in the pool, you're in your little floaty tube, and you're all content with your glass, and you're sitting there and everything's going fine, and the fat kid goes on the high dive and decides to jump in.
Right.
And what's going to happen? You go flying, everything goes flying. Do you want that to happen, Sanford?
If things are working well with Alex Smith, he probably ought to let him alone.
He's winning.
But he needs...
Terrell Owens needs to go to a team.
Imagine what he could do if he had someone to throw the ball to other than Vernon Davis.
He needs to go to a team that's...
Imagine what Vernon Davis could do if he had a wideout to, maybe pull some of the coverage out of the middle of the field.
T.O. goes across the middle.
Yeah, but T.O. can run hook routes too on the outside, and corners and safeties have to pay attention to him. He can't. I mean, it all depends how fast T.O. really is and how much he really has left.
As it goes for the Bears, does he really want to go back and play with Marion Barber and Roy Williams?
And does
how'd that get him anywhere? In Denver?
Yeah, and does he
Dallas?
really? Does he? I mean, Skip Bayless had talked about it.
Oh,
he did.
Are you agreeing with Skip Bayless?
No. He had said about, he was the one that had mentioned the Jay Cutler thing. He said that Jay Cutler, he's kind of a do his own thing guy, and then. Well, I was listening to that and I thought, yeah, that's fine and all, but he's not going to listen to T.O. whine. Well, T.O. wants someone to listen to him whine. He's not going to be happy if someone isn't listening to him whine. And they had mentioned that T.O. played with a bunch of nice quarterbacks before that would be like, oh, T.O.'s whining. I got to get him the ball.
Jeff Garcia's a douche.
Right, and they said Jay Cutler wouldn't do that. Jay Cutler wouldn't go into the huddle thinking, I got to get T.O. with the ball. Right. Jay Cutler goes into the huddle thinking, man, can't wait to get that paycheck. You know, he don't care about anything.
No,
do you really want to go play for that kind of quarterback?
No, I mean, there's other teams out there. I mean, I think T.O. could go to and be fine.
I see. There's quarterbacks in the league that T.O. could play for, and they would make him win. Carson Palmer's one, because Carson Palmer's one that's kind of like Jay Cutler.
I'm going to throw a curveball here. Terrell Owens goes to the Kansas City Chiefs.
I thought about that too. I only put 4 on the list because I knew we weren't going to have a whole hell of a lot of time to discuss it.
It's true.
But yeah, the Chiefs would be fine too, but really, what good is he going to do there? Are the Chiefs really going to make a push for anything?
Well, I was also thinking, there's other teams I'm going to feel like this for days.
There's a bunch of, the Jaguars and the Rams, there's a bunch of teams.
Why not the Chargers? Why not the Chargers?
Why not the Chargers?
You put him at number 2, you put Vincent Jackson at 1, and you put Malcolm Floyd in the slot. And then you still have Antonio Gates. You make Phillip Rivers an awesome winning but non-winning Super Bowl quarterback because he doesn't have a beard.
Right.
So what do you do?
But the same thing with the Chargers. The Chargers have had their roster set for a while, like with the 49ers.
This is true. This is true.
I mean, they've had it set for a while. I mean, California seems like the ideal place for T.O. to go. The Niners, the Raiders, or the Chargers. Somewhere in Cali, he seems like he would be content there.
Why not Houston?
I thought about that too, but he don't want to go play with Andre Johnson. He don't want to be in the same locker room with him because he wants T.O. to be the receiver. And those teams that I mentioned don't have a receiver, you know?
Roy Williams used to be a receiver.
Yeah, he used to be something.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
First round pick.
there are quarterbacks that T.O. could play for. Tom Brady would be one because Tom Brady's one of those guys that, listen, come run your mouth to me. I don't care. I'm trying to win. If you're open, you'll get the ball. If you're not open, sorry.
But if he wins, I don't think he cares because here's one thing that's eluded him his entire career.
Super Bowl, right.
Super Bowl.
But I think T.O. at this point, he'll be 38 in December. I think at this point, with the yards and the catches and the touchdowns, I think that he's gotten to the point where he's just like, you know what? I'm not going to win a Super Bowl.
Tom brings those statistics up. I mean, I already read an interview with Drew Rosenhaus, and he's already said, hey, if nobody picks up Terrell Owens this year, he's coming back again next offseason. He will play in 2012. And, I mean, okay, part of me, though, finds it sad. It's a sad story. It's a guy who believes he can still go, but the sport has to tell him, hey, you're done.
But the sport's not telling him, hey, you're done because you're out of shape and you're going to get hurt.
No.
The sport's telling him, hey, you're done because, T.O., you pretty much used up all of your chances.
Has he, from his past reputation, hurt his current reputation?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. You were in San Francisco, and you had Jeff Garcia, who dominated as a 49er quarterback. Dominated. You played next to Jerry Rice, and granted, it was at the end of Jerry's career. Well, not really the end. He went to the Raiders and still produced.
Super Bowl.
But it was closer to the end.
Yeah.
You overshadowed him.
Yeah.
You were
in
the
his
guy.
Stadium.
Yeah, you were the
in
guy.
His stadium.
He broke the single game record for catches. I mean, Brandon Marshall has it now, but he
19.
broke it then on Jerry Rice Day.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's impressive. But you pissed off Jeff Garcia. You told him he was gay. You did this, and this.
He married a playmate.
Yeah, he did.
Playmate of the year.
Right, exactly. So you leave and you go to Philly. And Philly's like, yeah, we love the assholes. Bring them in here. We'll win Super Bowls with them.
Well, if you remember, before he was supposed to go trade to the Ravens, and he's like, I can't win nothing here. That Ray Lewis guy, he nothing. He don't know how to play linebacker.
Yeah, right. Well, so he goes to the Eagles, and he dominates
for like 7 weeks.
He goes out there and jogs, and he's reeling in one-handed passes for 1,200 yards, not trying. Breaks his leg, and he's like, "Oh hey, I'm gonna play in a Super Bowl. Put some tape on this. 100 yards, nearly beat the Patriots." And then he's like, "Hey, I hate Donovan McNabb. He's a loser, and he's scared of games." And they're like, "Oh, well, we kind of like Donovan here. We don't really like you so much."
No,
so
he needed to go off
see
to
ya.
bye-bye. And he went bye-bye.
You know, yeah, and so they kicked him out. He goes to Dallas. Jerry Jones, ooh, talent, paid all kinds of money. Bring it here, I'll win Super Bowls.
Jerry Jones, the only person it seems like every season he defies the salary cap. I don't know how,
yeah, exactly.
but it seems he does.
And so he goes to Dallas. He cries. He cries for Tony Romo, and then you know what happens?
Quarterback.
Yeah, and then you know what happens? Romo goes to him again and again and again and again and again. And he drops some, he catches some touchdowns, picks up some yards, and then Tony Romo's like, all right, we got T.O. out here. Who's this guy in the middle? Is Jason Witten? Yeah, bang, bang, bang. And then T.O., bang,
throw
bang,
me the ball.
Yeah, T.O.'s like, oh. Tony Romo and Jason Witten have put together a conspiracy plan to ruin my career.
Then all of a sudden T.O. turned in to Keyshawn Johnson. Give me the damn ball.
Yeah, just throw me the damn ball. So he goes to Buffalo, and he's like, I can show everyone that I can be the good, quiet boy. And then he goes to Buffalo.
He kicked Eric Moulds in the junk and stole the spot.
He puts up 900 yards and doesn't say a word, and everyone forgets about him. And then he goes to Cincy, and everyone forgets about it.
Honestly, I mean, he put good numbers in
He put
Cincy.
good numbers in both of them.
Him and Terrell, I mean, him and himself. Yeah, well, that's actually his favorite person
I
in the
love
world.
me some me.
I love me some me. But him and Ocho, the T Ocho show.
Yeah,
They were friends. So why not go to New England?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, T.O. I mean,
Ocho ain't doing nothing in New England anyway. But you pissed away. All you've played for 1, 2, 3, 4 teams, 5 teams. You've played for 5 teams. You're old, and you know.
There's so many times you can throw a coin down the wishing well, but not at this point, Tio. You're pissing in the well.
Like, I don't even know. There's no winners that need you. The Falcons have Roddy White and Julio Jones.
Yeah.
The Giants have Hakeem Nicks. They don't need you. They got talent. The Eagles have receivers everywhere. The Jets have Plex and Santonio Holmes. They don't need you. The Patriots don't need anyone. The Cowboys, you'll never go back to the Cowboys.
He needs to realize that, look, at
The
this
Packers
point,
don't need you. Definitely don't need
he
you.
needs to realize that he will not win the Super Bowl. If he
Yeah.
wants to play, he needs to be honest
Play
and just say to
wherever,
the fans and go, look, I'm not playing for the bowl no more.
Yeah.
I'm playing for me. I'm playing for Jerry's records.
Yeah.
That's it.
If he comes out and says, you know what,
Minnesota.
if he comes out and says, you know what, I'm not going to win a Super Bowl, but I will catch 1,000 yards for your football team.
There's my prediction on Terrell Owens. He goes to Minnesota.
All right. So you took the toss up out of
Yes,
Out of my
because I
4
don't like
teams.
your picks. I picked Minnesota.
All right.
You change everything up on me.
I'm gonna say the Bears because he really has no other options. There's nobody else that needs him. No other winners that need him, and nowhere else he can go.
I think we just added like 8 names to the get off it list.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Just get
Get
off
off
it.
it.